Elmgrove Avenue disappears. Not in darkness or mist, which Lord knows there's plenty of in Providence, but simply because in 8 or 10 blocks it curves. Of course, if I turn around this end, my end of the street is clear. On that corner over there, Lovecraft was born in his grandparents' house, long gone, facing Angel. Elm Grove's no Bismarckstrasse, nothing to compare with Broadway or State Street, let alone a 30-mile stretch in Los Angeles. The boulevards of Baron Haussmann are some of them longer, all wider, more haunted. But I cannot see to the other end of Elm Grove, to Swan Point Cemetery with its late Victorian angels. You see, I know they're there. And Lovecraft's grave, and many more elaborate markers bearing their inscriptions, Lord knows where, beyond all memory. Two oaks in the afternoon, if the sun is shining, cast their shadows across Elmgrove Avenue. Whether or not there was ever a grove, the elms are gone. Gone too in Kansas, though I remember them luxuriant. The electric company has hacked away at the maple in front of my house, chopping an airway for their power, and it will blaze yellow and red again this fall, but I think it is dying. The sycamore in back still sheds its bark and shines. At least I will not die in Kansas. Around the corner there are two ginkgo trees, 15 feet or so from each other, of different sex, I suppose. It's hard to know what to predict or even to prefer for this terrain. Oak forests like primeval Europe, or endless ginkgo grove. I love these wooden houses that the rich built and we live in. At birth, whole areas of the globe are still uncommitted, something I just picked up along the way. My inertia, I can blame it on the constellations, can't I? The pity is, in middle life, I'm getting clumsy, miscalculating now distances between my physical influence and various things, some of them breakable. And I used to slip by so carefully, skirting an ambush of objects poised to fall, the planet that presided at my birth having been in, fastidious conjunction, but now, this on high authority, losing its grip, wandering, taking myself as point of reference, and from now on, whatever controls there are for my headlong career must proceed directly from the stars of the microcosm. Here and in St. Petersburg, one dreams of being run over by horses in the street. St. Petersburg, Russia, that is. At the turn of the century, since the revolution, there are more and more horses, a thing of the past, or of Westerns, which brings me to Italy, where a torrent of traffic rushes honking over the Roman Empire. But here and through a desert, anytime, the Nile flows like a dream, A surface of water can be thought of out of all relation to body or to depth. Such thought grows tense and will support the idea of a fleet over disregarded layers of lost light, eyeless undercurrents, monstrous with suggestion. What I hear is not always what I've listened for. Expression may be effected without a slightest movement of any facial muscle. A thought may be forced out through the hands, for example. See how nervous then these fingers are. Dangers I've not faced, dangers of depth, are reflected on high, warnings against too facile flight. See, on this middle ground, whole fleets of unlaunched craft decaying. Or the word passage in the phrase, the passage of time. Philosophers debate its meaningfulness. For some, there's only time, no passage. And for others, of course, no time either. See how the unseen sun, behind that solid gray sky, obscures the decline of the afternoon. Gradually, to compose you, I think against my thought. Freezing in its flight an idea of praise, it will bear you out, I hope. Also, I would like to imitate, but perfectly, the pitch of quiet nights. When once the earth is gone, God will separate light from heat, reserving the heat for those in hell, and for his saints the cold light of love eternal. Within otherwise normal scales, we are allowed shades. I disorganize my lines to realize your tempo. Trapped in survival mechanisms, I shift continually the order of what might happen. Events change character with each pull towards unison. Where nothing is noted, we rest.